So then you call in those darker energies that are coming from that level of vibration.
Hey, look,
because everything's frequency.
Hey, you move into if you're a kid who looks for trouble and you move into a brand new neighborhood, you will find the kids that make trouble also there.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
Well said.
Little Bronx wisdom for you. Good evening, magical friends. I am psychic medium and trance channel Riz the Wiz, and I'm here with
Lady O, and I'm an intuitive empath. And together we
are Psychic Couple Reacts. Thank you for joining us. It's been amazing doing this series for you guys because, my God, I think we're at like 15 or 16 episodes, and you guys have been subscribing and leaving your comments.
People obviously love the paranormal.
They love, and they love you.
You know what I want to do in the future? I want to go into different countries and see what their paranormal experiences are.
What would be your number one country to go to?
India, of course. Because when I was in India last time, it was, every time we go, it feels extremely haunted, especially New Delhi.
Yeah.
Or actually Old Delhi.
Yeah.
Old Delhi is probably the most haunted place. And do you remember that experience I had?
At the Sufi shrine?
Yes.
Yeah, it was incredible.
There was women behind, there was in this like ancient grave site. It was a graveyard, but it was like made of cement.
Yeah, right? It was a Sufi shrine, and part of the rituals was that when you are letting go of all the stuff that you've like been carrying in your life emotionally, spiritually, psychically, you jump into this open grave, and it's like you're having a death of the old you.
And I was so fascinated because when I showed up and I saw the women holding onto the bars inside of this little graveyard, and their hair was wild. And, you know, Indian women keep themselves, you know, really beautifully put together, and their hair all clean and nice and long. And it was not like that. These women, their hair was like teased out and crazy, and they had this wild look, and they were shaking, and they looked possessed, demon possessed. And I asked you about it. And you said this is how they release any of the negativity in their families.
Yes, it's almost like a shamanic process. Every culture has what we would call a shamanic healing because we all came from tribes, as we always talk about. So those metaphysical, psychic, spiritual practices, they still exist in all these cultures.
And do you remember I was so fascinated and I said to you, I'm going to go sit inside. And you said, I wouldn't suggest that. And I said, no, I have to. And
Homegirl jumped in
right in the middle of like
jumped
20,
down into it.
Like exorcist type level women.
Yes.
It was awesome. And then one woman tried to come after me and like do something to my hair, and the security guard
was in
came.
a trance.
She was in a trance.
Yeah, we will do a whole. We will do an episode about some of our experiences.
Yeah, I do want to do India, and then I want to do some of the like Asian countries and Egypt, and I want to go into like the Celtic.
Ireland. We did Ireland. We should actually post a video of when I did
because
my
we've had
mediumship
real life
in that
haunted
castle.
experiences in those places. So I'm going to see if there's some shows that have that as well.
And guys, that's what we do on this show is we are bringing our professional opinion, our professional humble opinion to the paranormal shows. These paranormal shows are amazing because some of them are, you know, so hokey and, you know, and they're fun to watch.
Yeah, but we go through a lot of them and pick through, you guys. We pick through the ones that are like, nah, this isn't real.
Yeah, like you could tell. And they're just, and we like to pick ones that have the actual experiencers who are giving their testimony to the camera, and they're authentic. You guys can feel it.
Which ones are authentic?
Yeah, you can see something happened to these people.
So this particular show, you guys, we have not seen it yet. So we're both going to be reacting fresh. We are going to be watching it with you. So we're going to jump right in.
Yeah, I'll get turn the lights down low and get your popcorn, your crystal, your sage, your blankie, your favorite one, and
your favorite blankie.
Your favorite blankie. I need a favorite blankie. Captain Crunch. No, my Scooby-Doo blanket. What happened to my Scooby-Doo blanket?
Do you know I have a Bigfoot blanket that I'm constantly
Well, wait a second. I had a Scooby-Doo blanket, and I haven't seen it in like 2 years.
Are you sure I haven't?
I know one of the kids gave it to me for Christmas.
Hid it somewhere? Maybe I hid it.
If you hid it, you are in trouble.
Well, it doesn't match the bedroom, so. But my Bigfoot matches.
Oh, that matches. Right. Okay. All right, let's go. Let's
so here
watch
we
it.
go, guys. Ready?
Paranormal 911.
Minnesota.
Oh, now you're scary enough.
Yeah, right. I always think of Minnesota, I think burr, freezing.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay, first setup. I see religious artifacts. I immediately start thinking about their belief systems, just so you all know.
Yeah. hate when that happens.
See? Pasta, not poison.
Pasta, not poison? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Antonio! Antonio!
Oh my God.
You can't be using that generic brand. That's the problem.
Hopefully it's not a medical condition.
Let me call Ralph's, the supermarket.
911, what's your emergency?
Oh.
My husband, I don't know. He's shaking. I think he's having a seizure. Just please hurry. Help him.
Okay, ma'am. Can you tell me if he's
Please
breathing?
help him.
ANC 32, we have a 45-year-old Hispanic male, possible seizure. 11 Clearwater Trail, unit 23.
Seizures are scary.
Yeah. I mean,
when
that's
you-
what it
when
looked
you-
like to me.
No matter how many times you've seen one.
To Clearwater Apartments.
Emergency responder and young father, Corey Carmichael, responds to an urgent 911 call.
I became an EMT because I had daughters and I wanted to make them proud and I wanted to do something that I could also help
Good man.
others.
Code red calls demand rapid response, but also a controlled, analytical, medical approach.
To be good at this job, you have to like adventure, thrills, but you also have to be cool and calm and collected during an emergency.
The patient is experiencing violent, uncontrollable seizures, but its cause is still a mystery. Carmichael and partner arrive at the apartment building. Once inside, they need to be on high alert for any potential threat.
You never know what to expect on these calls. You can go to some of the scariest places. You know, your life could be in danger.
Right.
The first responders have been informed that the patient may have had an extreme reaction to food.
End of the hall.
But as they approach, Carmichael's instincts tell him differently.
He's
To
already
food?
He's
Was
already
it devil's?
starting
Was
to
it
feel
devil's
it.
food cake?
Please! Help him!
Sir, talk to me.
And we start questioning him, but we can't really get much out of him because English isn't his first language.
With no visible anomalies and the patient's airway is clear, an allergic reaction to food is ruled out.
Oh my God.
Wait, what was... What?
Then, out of nowhere, things take a chilling turn.
Does he have a history of mental illness? Sir, do you have a history of seizures?
Oh, Vienna, he's
I remember
coming?
looking and there was Mother Mary candles burning.
Oh,
Yeah.
he noticed the Mother Mary candles too. Oh, okay.
And I felt something happened before we got there
Yeah.
that I couldn't see or hear about, but I knew something happened there.
What's he saying?
Carmichael continues to eliminate medical causes like seizures for this violent, erratic behavior.
This looked different because typical seizure, they're unconscious. It's
Right.
involuntary muscle movements,
Right.
but he's conscious and growling and
Growling.
convulsing right in front of us.
Poor guy had to see that.
His vitals are within normal limits. Everything's checking out great.
He continues to search for why this patient is reacting
You
this
have
way.
to think so fast. Go
Yeah.
through all these
Drug
options in
use.
your mind.
Right.
Drugs.
It did seem weird.
Drugs, right?
Right.
Something didn't feel right. And there was a sense of panic and anxiety amongst everybody in the room.
In a moment of clarity, the patient pleads for help.
Oh
It seems to be taken over by an external evil force.
Comes in shadow.
He comes in shadows.
I beat it. 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 No me voy a venir. No me voy a venir. No me voy a venir. I beat it.
All right, that's what I said. Yeah, I can hear him saying it in Spanish. He's coming.
What's he saying?
He's saying he's coming. He's coming to take me.
He said, help me. He's coming. It's following me from Mexico. I've been cursed.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And we all looked
So
at each other.
we got to talk about this for
Okay,
a
right. So he
second.
knows what's going on.
Yeah, and by the way, I've heard through the grapevine that Mexican curses tend to
Yeah.
have a lot of power.
They got a lot of mojo behind them.
Yes, they do. And I think it's because the majority of people believe in it, similar to voodoo.
You want to know why? Because they've got that. Remember when Spain went into Mexico, they brought all that like Christian Catholicism, good versus evil stuff on top of the shamanic ancient native culture, which was dealing with
already-
spirits. Yeah.
It was very heavily dealing with
Yeah.
spirits. And then so you have the Vatican, you have the Roman Catholic.
The Roman Catholic, right?
Coming in with their beliefs
Sure.
in the,
That's what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
guess what? You're going to.
I mean,
Well, I don't want to jump ahead because I was going to say the cure is also part of that, right? Because they believe in that battle.
So then you have to use their poison
Their cure for their poison.
to fix
yeah,
it. Or their cure to fix their poison.
You got it.
Here we go.
And we're speechless, really didn't know what to say.
I've been in it. I've been in it. I've been in it. No,
Come on, really? Of course. So that's what's going to get their attention.
I've been in Mexico.
He needs to get into the hospital.
With no medical recourse and a looming sense of evil in the room, the only thing Carmichael can do is get this patient to hospital fast.
Oh my God.
When we decided we need to get him
you
out of
imagine
this
this guy?
environment, and then let's do some more work and let's
In an
take him to the
ambulance?
hospital.
You're
With
probably
a
going to have to strap them
man
down.
spiraling out of control.
Yeah.
The EMTs must apply restraints to the patient.
Oh my God.
We gotta sedate him.
I've been in it. Por favor.
Okay, I
love
have
how
to
the-
stop it here.
Okay, what?
What were you going to say?
No, you go.
So, I've had my moments because, you're a trance channel and I've also practiced channeling and I've seen things and I've been in tons of journeys on plant medicine. And I've also, we've been a shaman and helping people. So we have some insight into this area. So here's the thing. Without the host body, the human person being somewhat accepting and somewhat inviting and somewhat
Allowing it. Yeah.
and believing, because that's what gives the platform.
Especially when you are in just a regular, he's not in some sacred plant medicine ceremony
Right.
where he's really just letting go and doesn't really know how to handle himself.
Yeah,
He's
because
having
we
a
don't know what he's doing on his off time.
He was just having pasta.
Yeah,
But it's so
you
interesting-
but you don't know what he's doing on his off time and in his regular day-to-day interactions with like the spirits and with
Right. He could be playing with fire.
And what is Santeria?
Santeria is basically an ancient form. You could call it voodoo. Because remember, voodoo is basically a religion, so to speak.
Right.
And so Santeria is also part of that, but more of the Hispanic side.
Because my mom, being that was from Honduras, she used to talk about stay away from Santeria. Like she
Santeria,
was
right.
scared of it. So they really, really believe.
Yes, but it's
Okay.
also a lot
I mean,
about
it's no
blessings.
different-
Santeria is also about really good things and blessings and blessing your home. It's not.
So it's just like Christianity, where you believe in the devil, but you also believe in God and Jesus
and the angels
good
and
things.
yes,
okay.
absolutely.
All right. Okay,
let's keep
let us
going.
continue.
Very shaken by this experience. This was something bigger than me.
Está aquí. Está aquí. Está aquí.
He's here, right?
Yeah, no, yeah, he's here.
Está aquí. Está aquí.
Or it's here.
Yeah.
No.
It is here. It is here.
No. No.
Oh my God. Oh no. So, come here.
Responding
So
to a
she-
911
he's
Of course, our
worried it's
black
gonna-
cat just walked into the room.
He's
is
worried that
EMT
it's going to do
Corey
something to the
Carmichael.
wife.
He believes the patient is not facing a medical emergency, but is the victim.
Of a demonic possession. They're going to say demonic possession, right?
Yeah.
He's coming.
He starts screaming at me, he's coming.
He's coming.
He's followed me. I've been cursed.
He's coming. He's coming.
And once you go into this hysteria, God knows what can happen.
Right. There are people who work with darker energies. Darker energies, let's get it clear, is darker energies are simply about feeding off of the positive energy or the brighter, lighter energy of people. And we just don't have an education in this world, in our modern world. Our ancient world had it, right? Our ancestors had it. We don't have the education about how to spiritually empower ourselves.
So if
psychically.
we don't, and you always have to look at everything through contrast, right? Everything is yin, yang, positive, negative, light, dark, and that's how we as human beings learn and
we tend to see things
process,
that
evolve
we
through
learn
contrast,
through that, right?
So you could imagine that, you know, if you as a person don't remove yourself from that belief system and pull yourself back in a bigger perspective to see that it's all coming from the same creative energy, the same creative force.
For the purpose of your soul's evolution, your spiritual evolution.
Right. So what happens is if you're at that lower vibration and you are in the drama, the psychic drama of positive, negative, good, bad, good versus evil, you know, angels versus demons,
God versus the devil.
it's a lower vibratory place. Now imagine you even go lower than that in your vibration, and now you go into a fear-based program, completely terrified of the dark side.
Right.
So now you're practically basically worshiping the dark side.
Well, it's interesting,
the
right?
Level of terror.
Right.
So then you call in those darker energies that are coming from that level of vibration.
Hey, look,
because everything's frequency.
Hey, you move into if you're a kid who looks for trouble and you move into a brand new neighborhood, you will find the kids that make trouble also there.
Exactly.
That's how it goes.
Well said.
Little Bronx wisdom for you.
Yeah, I got him. Okay, hang tight. We're almost there.
I'm taking his files at the time, and his blood pressure and his pulse rate and everything just goes straight through the roof.
He's coming his way.
Wow.
His pulse rate, he said?
Yeah, everything's going straight
That's
through
an
the
interesting
roof.
accent. Pulse straight.
Oh, he said pulse.
He said pulse rate. I can't get out of my mind now. What?
Where are you
Going to
taking?
the hospital, sir.
The out-of-control patient escalates even further as an unseen
Can we stop at
evil
Starbucks?
Boy, that actor is
He's
pushing
into
hard.
it.
But he's doing a good job, though.
At this point, it's like a battle. He was very aggressive, but it was almost
Well,
like
this is only going to
the guy
grow.
was wrestling someone else.
This is
within
only going to
himself.
accelerate now. He's now, let's say that there is, and of course, clearly there has been some paranormal activity, some spirit has been bothering him. And
Or
look,
attracted to.
yeah,
this
of course it
situation.
happens.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so what then exacerbates it is when you are freaking out about freaking out.
Yeah.
So I think now he's
It's like
freaking
people
out about
having
freaking
panic
out.
attacks about having panic attacks, or a panic about the panic attack they're having. So
Exactly.
it just compounds.
Exactly,
Yeah.
with interest. and then what happens is now you're going to then act out. The conscious mind is like, I'm going to act this out even more. I'm not. Of course, there is a spirit
Because you
activity
gotta
happening.
follow through with this. You can't just stop the whole thing and go, "Oh, okay, I'm good now."
Yeah,
I'm
there-
good.
there
I'm
has
good.
to be a-
Everybody, we're okay now.
The climax has to be
Right. There has
in
to,
alignment
there has
with.
to be a release.
There has to be a release. It has to. The climax has to be in alignment with the belief system. So clearly, where this is going is there's going to have to be some religious, powerful thing happening
answer the call.
to answer the call about the evil
Yeah.
coming, and then because he's now aligned with that
Yeah.
cure. This is what I think is going to happen. We haven't seen this episode yet, by the way, guys.
Right.
Sometimes we watch it beforehand. This one we have not seen.
Yeah.
All right, let's watch.
And you know, sometimes you'll see other paranormal experts or psychic experts come on and talk about what's happening. And the reason Riz and I started this show,
There are other paranormal experts besides us?
yep.
Damn.
And the reason why we started this show is because we noticed that they don't go nearly as deep as we or as far as we go, and they don't go into
Right.
the nitty-gritty of the understanding of how this really works. And because we have real life experience and we actually have dealt with a lot of
20
these things
years of
personally
doing
in
this
the
work.
flesh
Right.
and blood, like real
As a medium.
as a medium, as a trance channel, as you know, paranormal. Like we've gone into so many spaces and helped so many spirits cross.
Well, we're not
over
just
and
investigating. We're
helped-
not paranormal investigators, guys. That's just one. The first part is you are investigating, but then it is beyond the thing of I cast you out, evil spirits. There has to be a conversation. We share this world with
Yeah.
other spirits. We are spirits, but in a body. They are in an energy body. So we're sharing space. We don't own a space. So that conversation has to happen on a deeper metaphysical, spiritual, psychic level rather than just, I'm going to burn the sage and you're going to go. By the way, guys, sage is temporary. Of course, we sage, but as soon as the energy of that dissipates, the spirits come right back. If they're
Yeah,
not.
and it's also the receiver who's living in the house has to also engage and believe that sage works.
Yes. It amplifies it. Sage works.
Absolutely.
I mean, soap works.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sage isn't just physical soap.
By the way, if anybody
spiritual.
that's watching is interested in their own space right now and would like to clear their space and want to do it now or today, you can do it at any time you want. You know, here's what I do. Here's what I would suggest. I'm just going to say it really quick so we can get this out of the way. Open all the windows and doors. Air it out, fresh air, fresh air. Do a nice big scrub, nice big clean. Go through a lot of areas where condensed stuff is stored that have emotional energy, old stories, old pastimes, things that don't belong, things that are broken, things that are, you know, kind of like you don't get to.
Can I give a little mantra? Here's a good helpful mantra or a little tip on how to get more organized in your house. Go up to items, pick them up and go, I'm just picking up my phone, but imagine it's an item. You pick it up and you go, if it is not very beautiful or very useful, it goes.
That's how I came into the picture. You knew that was coming. Okay.
All right. Well, let's go. Let's watch the rest of this because we're going to go on forever talking about this. We should do a whole episode about it.
But I'm just going to finish about how they're going to clean their space because sometimes some of the people who are watching, they get a little spooked and they start thinking about their own space and they start wondering like, how does their own space react?
Right.
So I just want to say it's good to cleanse your house every so often, every 2 or 3 months. I keep my house always clean all the time.
Spiritually cleanse.
But keep it cleansed through physical means and also spiritual means. Then put your crystals out, sage, fresh flowers, bring a pet in, change belief systems, change things that are on the wall, bring new energy, brighten the space. All this helps.
Right. When you also, guys, when a lot of people like to burn out candles, do not keep old candles that have burned all the way down in your candle holders or on little saucers or plates or whatever.
I get rid of them immediately.
Immediately because it's like keeping a mop that has mopped up puke.
True.
Okay? You don't keep it in your house.
I've never looked at it. It's so true.
So throw it away.
Okay, here we go.
Let me out of here, or you'll be bathed in blood.
What might be going on here with this patient is an act.
All right, so he said you'll be bathed in blood.
At this point, I think
Your daughters.
Your daughters.
Oh, so he knew about
started saying
his kids.
things about my kids and about my personal life.
My God.
Things that only I would know.
What the hell did you just say?
So now he's
He's
engaging.
telling me I know where you live. Telling me how pretty my daughters are. He's telling me
for him.
that he will find me. I want to rip this guy limb from limb.
Shut the up! You mention my daughters one more time and I'll kill you! What the hell's going on back there?
Just heard a paramedic down. Oh, the lights are going on and off in there.
So
You're dealing with another part of the world, of the supernatural world that you don't want to mess with.
Right, because let's say there is an entity, right, that is having a field day and pretty much carjacking.
Pretty clearly.
And joyriding.
Carjacking, yeah.
He's carjacking and doing a joyride in this man's body.
Right.
So because he's getting a reaction, and I've seen you handle people who have thought that that they had an entity or that they could play that game.
Yeah.
And I've watched you in shamanic journeys, and it doesn't happen as much anymore, but back in the day, people were more like wild, I think. But I remember you would be like, oh no, we're not playing that game.
No.
And it would be exit out. Like, we're talking from a different vibration. You can communicate to me from a different place. And it usually works.
So a negative energy, negative spirit.
So he's scaring this guy.
Yeah, we'll use language that is going to, and obviously they do know things on that realm psychically, like they know he has daughters and they may know some other personal details. Like the guy just said, he knew details about my life that no one knows. That this guy could not have possibly known. Remember, they called 911. It could have been any EMT worker who went there, but it was this guy. Okay, so we know that there is a spirit in here. Low-level spirits do tend to know basic information about you.
Yeah.
Don't be afraid.
And also notice that this is a very young, sensitive, like emotional, kind of empathic human being. So that also attracts. Okay, here we go.
Release me now!
I was very terrified.
I really love this guy's performance, honestly.
He's very good.
We're here!
Give that actor a job, man.
Seriously.
He's coming!
In an instant, the patient transforms back into the young man, desperate to escape the clutches of this evil curse.
He's here! He's here! He's here! He's here!
You look like David Bautista for a second.
Finally arriving at the hospital,
It did.
EMT Corey Carmichael believes that his patient, who is experiencing
Call, make me feel about this small.
Wait, let me go back a little bit.
the violent patient continues to struggle to escape his restraints to attack the first responders.
Wow.
Possible seizure. He's dangerous.
Por favor.
You told me he was dangerous. He is.
Oh, shit.
But as soon as we get in,
This spirit, look at him now.
he's already stopped.
Look at the
He's
eyes.
back to his same
Wow.
self. And everybody's looking at me like,
Oh.
why did you make this an urgent call?
I'm telling you,
make me
these
feel
low-level
about this
spirits,
small.
they play these kinds of games.
Right.
You have a name, sir?
Antonio Reyes.
Antonio. It's okay. You're in good hands, bud.
I wish I had been there. I wish I had
Antonio,
been
are
there.
you with me?
I would
Antonio.
have had some conversations there. Because he wants to talk.
What would you have said?
Well, number one, I would have said, if you're so powerful, why do you need a body?
The end.
Period. Watch
Yep.
that short circuit happen in the air.
Right.
Probably will leave right then and there.
I don't know what to say, guys. Vitals are good. He's certainly not violent or out of control or.
If he chokes this guy out any
Oh
second.
no. Oh no.
Oh!
Oh no.
The evil possession returns with a vengeance.
Curse is coming! He's coming!
And then out of nowhere, he starts screaming, the lights flickering, equipment's going on and off.
So that's in front of everyone.
Heavy duty.
As the
Electromagnetic
examination room
field.
spins out of control,
4 milligrams of liberized.
the seemingly possessed patient reaches a new level of terror.
Somebody just
Yeah, they got to get somebody in there.
I'm going to kill all of
The lights are flickering, medical equipment's going on and off. Just everything is haywire. Everybody is just terrified.
Everybody. So there's people there.
What the hell's going on?
You know, part of him was like, thank God this is happening. Because I don't want them to think I was crazy.
Right, exactly.
Carmichael and the medical team struggle to restrain their manic patient.
Nobody's giving a slap.
To be fighting
A lot of people want to slap.
to an unseen force.
This guy seemed like he was fighting somebody, but there's nobody else there.
you! Curse is coming! He's coming! Está aquí!
Finally, the entity reveals itself to all, paralyzing the medical team when it attacks.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
What do you mean he attacks? Get out of here.
And
So
then
now
we
what?
hear a flat
Not
line.
you. What?
And then we see the shadow hovering above for a little bit. In retrospect, thinking about what he told me in the ambulance.
He's here! He's here!
I can't just blow it off as a medical emergency.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that.
Terrifying
Okay, we got to keep this going.
I just
I want
feel
to see where this goes.
I think the only, you're right about what you said earlier. I think the only way that you can actually get this under control is to get somebody who operates at a level. I think you have to put this closer at
Sure.
a level that is at this dynamic, like. This is a dynamic.
You have to meet them on their level.
explosive-
Yeah.
Exactly. So you need.
I don't mean
somebody,
yell. I just mean in terms of
Right.
how
So I
solid
would
you are in
get-
your foundation, because they're being very
Yes.
solid in
So-
their perspective.
yes.
You got to come very solid in
So
yours.
I would get like a really big like voodoo priestess who's wild, because it doesn't matter how
Well, go in
much,
your closet and pull out
because
some of your work clothes,
If we
'cause
were
that's what
there,
yeah.
we wouldn't be tolerating any of this.
No,
So
I
there
don't
would
tolerate this.
We slice right through it in a different way.
Yeah.
So what would happen is we could anger the spirit probably even more, because we're not engaging, and they could actually leave. It could work, but it also could. I mean, you know, it's interesting.
Well, you
to
have
see.
to know that you're a
I'm curious
spirit
how
as
they-
well. They're not a more powerful spirit than you. They're just not in the body.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Let's see if they brought someone in.
Story that the evil curse is real. After returning from a trip from his native Mexico,
Oh, so he picked something up when he went down there.
Someone did some dark
a
magic.
enemy of the dark arts targeted him
Oh, and I'm sure he believes in that too.
Yes.
for an evil possession.
Antonio!
Then devised a wicked plan for him to die.
Okay. That's what their fear was. Let's go to where there's some resolve.
Yeah.
They're just recapping right
Yeah.
there.
Okay. So
Okay, I
he
want to see where
died.
they said they saw the entity.
Okay, here we go.
Very
Oh,
shaken by this experience. It's something that will stay with me for life.
Okay, so he flatlines. So let's see if he actually really died.
Yeah.
It makes me definitely more resolute to protect my family.
Yeah, but bro, you don't know how to protect your family yet.
It's a spiritual thing.
Let's get going. I was raised in church, but I never really gave it too much thought until this happened, and then it just kind of really solidified a lot for me.
No!
Okay, that part they're adding that there was a knife. No one, they're not saying that.
Purpose
They
of
add a
this
little drama to these
experience for me,
reenactments.
I believe, is to show me that there is very dark and evil stuff in this world. And that you need to do whatever you can to protect your soul and your loved ones' souls as well.
Okay,
I just want to see what happened to the guy.
right.
Although terrifying and life-threatening, Carmichael is thankful for having experienced this paranormal event. By surviving it, he says that it has made him a better father and forced him to finally become a man.
Oh,
That's interesting. Okay.
That's interesting. First of all, they're not mentioning if the guy survived, which is strange, but
No, he died.
he died.
He died.
So he could have died just from cardiac arrest.
He could have died from having a heart attack. Like we said earlier, if you scroll back, guys, we said what exacerbates all of this and keeps going into a higher level is
Yeah.
when you have fear on top of fear, panic
Yeah.
on top of panic, on top of panic.
Yeah, because your levels are through the
So
roof.
of course it's
So of
physically
course,
affecting
physically,
you.
Yeah.
Now, was there an entity? Yes. Is that entity feeding off of his fear and pain? Perhaps. But here's the thing. Now let's go to logic. So now the guy is dead. His spirit now has left the body.
Yeah.
Now he's on the same playing field as this other spirit. So now what can the spirit do to him?
Interesting. So then who was this for then?
Well,
I mean,
for everyone.
It could have been for all the parties.
If you're within earshot or eye shot of any of this, there's something for you in it, and that's why all events happen as we're understanding how energy unfolds in this on this planet Earth. So this is very, very fascinating,
Ooh,
guys.
yeah,
We'd love to
this
hear
is a
your
deep
thoughts.
one. Yeah, please share with us how you feel about this episode. We could have kept going on and on, but
this was killer.
Yeah. So yeah, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll definitely come back and see you again.
Yeah. Till then, be safe, be happy, stay magical.
Bye-bye.